Kanye West isn't losing it. He's manufacturing chaos. But here's the problem. His self-sabotage isn't fooling anyone. From Nazi merch scandals to cozying up to the Tate brothers, Ye's antics are less genius rebellion and more desperate. We're breaking down why his plan to control the narrative will blow up in his face. This dude. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or stay delulu. Kanye West is out here acting like he's in the middle of some epic meltdown, right? He's gone full Van Gogh, chopping off ears and painting masterpieces with his tears. I'm not buying it. Not for a second. This isn't a breakdown, people. It's a calculated campaign of chaos. But here's the problem. His script is trash, his actors are worse, and the audience is walking out. So today we're diving deep into Kanye's world of manufactured madness and why his plan is blowing up in his face. It's bad and he must be stopped. First up, the Nazi merch scandal. Kanye claims he's exposing hidden truths, but let's be real. Selling shirts with swastikas isn't art. It's career suicide. And guess what? It worked. He lost $1.5 billion in brand deals overnight. But here's the twist. Ye thinks this is a power move. They canceled me? I'll cancel them. Except he's not rebelling. He's just alienating everyone left. I mean, come on, Kanye. You can't just slap a swastika on a t-shirt and call it exposing hidden truths. Like, dude, we get it. You're trying to be edgy. You're trying to provoke, but there are lines, man. Big, fat, swastika-shaped lines. And you just stomped all over them. And the worst part, it's not even original. This whole shock the world act is straight out of the Andrew Tate playbook. Remember him? The king of toxic masculinity? Spewing hate speech from his Romanian compound? Yeah, that guy. And now Kanye's trying to ride his coattails to relevance. But here's the thing. Tate's audience is mostly teenage boys who think being an alpha male means harassing women and driving fast cars, while being oblivious to how ridiculous the rest of the world sees them. Kanye's audience, they're a little more discerning. They see through the bullshit. They know that real artistry comes from a place of honesty, not hate. This isn't 2013 Yeezus Kanye, folks. Back then, his antics felt raw and unpredictable. Now, it's a scripted meltdown. Next up, the custody battle. Kanye's public attacks on Kim, leaking private texts, ranting about parenting on podcasts. This isn't about his kids, it's about control. Side note, I'll be doing another video on why he is going after Jay and Beyonce's kids. And if he comes up missing, good. He's using the Kardashian machine's own drama weapon against them. But here's why it's backfiring. Family court judges hate parents who weaponize kids for clout. Meanwhile, Northwest is roasting him on TikTok. Ouch. Kanye thinks he's exposing Kim, but he's just exposing himself. A dad prioritizing Twitter feuds over bedtime stories. And the public, they're not buying it. Comments like, "leave those kids alone," are flooding his posts. This isn't a power play. It's a pitiful play. Finally, let's talk about the Andrew Tate alliance. This, my friends, is where things get really interesting. See, Kanye's been on this downward spiral for a while now, alienating fans, burning bridges, and generally just being a massive pain in the ass. And who's the only person desperate enough to platform him? You guessed it, Andrew Tate. Now, I'm not one to judge a book by its cover, but Tate's cover is basically a giant red flag waving in the wind. We're talking about a guy who's built his entire brand on hate, misogyny, and, oh yeah, those pesky human trafficking charges. But Kanye doesn't care. He sees Tate as his ticket back to the top, a fellow rebel fighting against the system. But here's the thing, Kanye's mistake is thinking that controversy equals relevance. He's so desperate to stay in the spotlight that he's willing to align himself with anyone, even someone as reprehensible as Andrew Tate. And let's not forget Milo Yiannopoulos. He is equally desperate to stay relevant, that he has been faking mental illness for years to turn against his race, blame black people for slavery, and try to sell White Lives Matter t-shirts. He hates himself and doesn't want his kids identifying as black, but now that his antics have made him lose everything, he wants to continue to make a mockery of his own community for clout and relevancy. But relevance without respect is just noise, and noise gets old fast. Look, I'm not saying I enjoy watching Kanye West self-destruct. It's actually pretty sad. I'm lying. I'm enjoying every minute of it. A fool and his money shall surely part ways, and he is a deserving fool. This is a guy who was once a musical genius, a cultural icon. But somewhere along the line, he lost his way. He bought into his own hype, surrounded himself with yes men, and now he's trapped in this echo chamber of his own making. And the saddest part, he doesn't even realize it. He thinks he's winning, that he's exposing the truth, that he's a martyr for free speech. But the truth is, he's just alienating everyone who ever cared about him. And that's the real tragedy of Kanye West. Thank you for watching. Watch this next video, and I'll catch up with you later.